went cycling yesterday. Started raining halfway through. I think I caught a cold. Woke up today and didn't feel so great.
But nothing will stop me from watching some Dragon Age gameplay. Nothing!
Anyway, greetings ladies and gentlemen. I'm MrFonrath and I'm a big fan of Dragon Age. And I'm gonna react to the 20-minute gameplay footage that they released alongside, or after I guess, the reveal trailer. Which I also reacted to. Probably also notice a lot more cuts in this video because I'm kind of coughing, so I'm cutting those out. More editing for me, I guess. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. No point in waiting. I'll I don't really know what to expect. I'm kind of expecting something along the lines of a mixture of a Souls-like and maybe like Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed, like the newer Assassin's Creed games like Valhalla, but I'm not entirely sure. That's basically what I'm expecting. I'll go through this, see what we can find, and afterwards, I guess, give my own thoughts on what I liked from the previous Dragon Age games, as well as what I kind of hoped, and what I mean, in general, what I think about the direction that they're probably going to take when it comes to the gameplay of the next Dragon Age. But yeah, let's just get into it. I'll try to mute when I cough. Like now.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her.
Oh, Solus name drop. Okay.
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
Okay.
We don't.
Good. So this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. Immediately, it doesn't look so bad, right? And that's kind of what I kind of thought was going to happen. That it kind of looks decent during, like, when you're playing it. Still a little bit like, what's the word? I wouldn't say cartoony, but like, fuck, what's the word? It kind of looks a little like soft, you know? Not really edgy, but very rounded and soft. But it works, you know, considering like the art style and the different colors, you know, the lighting here with these lamps, and then at the same time you have, like, I guess, moonlight, you know, skylights. They're definitely going for a very, like, stylized look, which is very good.
Just get out.
I mean, I would say I like
You're
this.
nice and casual. Find Nev Gallus and stop Solus.
The more interesting thing, though, is that we're looking at this character. Isn't this a companion? I wonder if they're doing Larian Studios thing, where they allow you to play as one of the pre-made characters. The companions. That would be cool. Now, do I think that they should do that? Actually, yes. I think they should. Well, they don't have to. I think creating your own character obviously is still a big kind of role-play element in the Dragon Age franchise. But I think Larian with Divinity Original Sin 2 and, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 has shown that you can do both. Like, it works both ways. Or, wait, no, is this... Oh, no, I thought this was the... Fuck, I don't even remember what he looked like. I guess this is just a custom character. From the back, it kind of reminded me of the Sword and Shield guy. I forgot what his, like, name was. Fuck, yeah, I'm really bad with names. But I guess, yeah, this is a custom character. Level 1 rogue, backstory, shadow dragons. That's kind of edgy, I guess. Okay. Does Rook mean something? Like a class or something? Don't know. Okay. Let's go.
You still think you can talk him down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the...
Okay, interesting, right? Immediately I want to ask the question of, you see this guy that moved the box, right? And I'm going to be pausing every now and then to like talk about something that I notice. Like now. Like, can we like run, like if this is in the game, can we run past and climb over this shit? Or do we have to wait until this person, this NPC, moves this crate because there's like an invisible wall? Right? Important questions.
Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Wait,
Jesus.
But I didn't do anything!
Get down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in MrFonrath.
We've got to help her.
What the fuck is going on here?
Arrested, especially.
The style definitely looks good. I will say that. The style of this place looks good. But I think some of the textures look very bland.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go.
It seems like, yeah, people were mad that Solus wasn't really shown in the reveal. So they were like, oh, mention Solus in the gameplay. Mention Solus in the gameplay.
Is Solus summoning demons on purpose?
That's like 4 times that he's been mentioned now.
Slipping through the cracks. And when the veil comes down completely,
Oh.
And the whole world is going to look a lot like this.
Okay.
Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the doors quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
Years,
What about
huh?
you two?
I'm trying to remember. Because I think I read something about some Dragon Age news somewhere that this game is going to take place some years after Inquisition, but I don't remember how many years. 5, 10, something? Don't remember. Actually, another thing that I wanted to...
Are you
I'll let it
okay?
play. Another thing that I was going to mention, something that I'm looking out for, is
we're good, but we need to move.
the animation of the
Agreed.
movement.
Solus isn't waiting.
I'll explain
neither
more
can
once
we.
they start moving
You got my
again.
gear?
Right over there. Where's Nev Gallus? Wasn't she at the meeting point?
Nev Gallus?
Tori got to her first. They grabbed her before we arrived and
Oh,
paid off
Nev.
the bar owner to keep it quiet.
I'm guessing that's the
not surprised
Neve
our
guy.
detective did
Why do I
something
keep
to
saying the
piss off a
guy?
cult of
Woman.
Murderous
Neve
blood
woman.
mages, but their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Rook, you're with the Shadow Dragons. I figured you'd know Minrathis better than I do.
Sure, but Minrathis is huge, and this is nowhere near my neighborhood. I can try.
Don't worry.
Rook. Why do they call him that? Is it because we're the rookie?
Scouting's my specialty.
Dude, like, okay. I'm just saying, okay? Imagine if we can choose our name. Or like, you know, the thing that people call us. You know, in Inquisition it was Inquisitor. You know, Origins, Grey Warden. You know, in Dragon Age 2 it was Hawk, right? Like, imagine if we have a choice of a couple of them. That would be cool. But I don't think they're gonna do that. But it would be cool, right?
Eyes up. We've got company.
Okay, I think this is our first. I think this will be our first taste of gameplay, of combat. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a little bit about the motion of the character in Inquisition. Inquisition was the first game that I actually really enjoyed, like, running around in. I mean, you play third-person games like Inquisition a lot, where, you know, you're just kind of controlling a character, third person, running around, like Elden Ring, you know, Souls-likes. But almost all of them have kind of, how do I say this? Kind of shit. Well, not shit, but like not good enough motion animation. I don't know what it's called exactly, but that's kind of what I call it, which is like motion animation, which is how well the motion of the character that you are controlling is animated. In Inquisition, let's say you're walking up a hill in Inquisition, right? Your legs or your feet don't clip into the fucking hill when you're walking up the hill, like a lot of games do. The animations are actually like smooth, and your character bends their leg, or like they bend their knee, right? Because they're going up a hill, right? When you stand sideways, like on a hill, left leg on the lower part of the hill and right leg on the higher part of the hill, one leg is going to be slightly bent, the other is not. It's shit like that, right? And just motion, when you start moving, walking, running, you don't go from 0 to 100 immediately, right? And I really liked that in Inquisition. I really enjoyed the movement in Inquisition. And I would say another game that kind of did that correctly, which is Nier Automata. Haven't exactly finished that game or anything, but that was one of the first things I noticed when I played that game, which is the motion animation is so good. I'm hoping that they don't skim on that here.
Demons, here they come.
The only thing I'm really looking at is the motion of the character. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like interesting. Okay, so you can kind of switch targets mid attacks as well, which is cool.
I don't get it. If Solus tears down the Veil, doesn't that destroy everything?
Solus always talked about how beautiful the ancient world was.
That world existed before the Veil, and he wants to bring it back.
Let's see a little bit more, then I'll give my first thoughts on how what I think about the combat. It kind of reminds me of Dragon's Dogma, except with targeting. Okay, there's parrying.
I hate these assholes.
Okay, let's talk about this a little. So far, I don't mind it. The only problem I have, like immediately, right? I want to see different types of gameplay. I'm kind of hoping that they show other characters as well, right? I'm kind of hoping that they're going to end it maybe at 8 minutes for this character, and then they're going to show like a different part of the game in some different area with a different like class or something. But from what I can tell here, I mean, they're definitely going for the action combat, very Dragon's Dogma-esque type of gameplay where you probably only have like 4 abilities that you can use. You can switch those in and out, I guess. You have a couple of health potions, as I can see from down here. Very controller-esque. Let's be honest, right? I'm a PC Master Race kind of guy, okay? I've never owned a console in my entire life, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I'm not really a fan of this. I'm not saying that I hate this type of combat and gameplay. I'm sure it's gonna be fun, but what I hoped for was that they would do the opposite, that they would go kind of the other direction of like kind of like Larian Studios type of direction, where they do like, they unlock the hotbar again, right? Where you have more than like 4 or 8 abilities that you can use and slot in. One of the most annoying things in Inquisition, in my opinion, was the fact that you can only use like 8 abilities. That was so fucking annoying to me. Being a mage, I loved playing what was it called? Knight Enchanter or whatever, with the magical sword. You were a mage and you did like a magical sword thing, right? I loved that fucking class. And I played that all the time. Pretty much every playthrough that I do of Inquisition, I play that. It's just so fun. It's so cool. So you're kind of like a mage while at the same time kind of melee as well. You have a bunch of abilities. You have a bunch of magical long-range abilities. You can even do some healing. You can do damage abilities. And it's like, I loved having a bunch of abilities. I mean, Dragon Age Origins, and 2, like, you had the full hotbar, right? And a massive number of abilities, and that was great. And so I kind of hoped that they would go back to that, but it's pretty obvious that they're kind of going for a more, like I said, Dragon's Dogma-esque type of game where, yeah, like action combat with only a couple of abilities that you can slot in and out. Console game type of game, yeah, definitely going away from the whole RPG elements, like heavy RPG type of thing. It's just a little bit sad to see,
The Venatori put up
Let's
a
continue.
barrier to block the way.
More intruders!
Avenge our fallen!
Okay, one little thing, a very small thing here. Not a fan of this. Again, see what this little icon tells me, right? And maybe it's not a big deal, and it probably isn't. But you know what this tells me? Console. It reminds me of console game. The icon here is pretty big. I'm sure it's not a big deal, but shit like this just kind of reminds me of a console game, right? The icons are very big because obviously, the idea is that you're sitting away from your TV, like on the couch or whatever, and the TV isn't in your face like a monitor would be. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's just a nitpick, but like, the icons are very big, very flashy, Yes, I'm a console hater, okay? Sue me. I'm a PC Master Race guy, okay? Suck my dick. Another thing I would like to say is it looks like Dragon's Dogma kinda, right? But there's targeting. Now in Dragon's Dogma there is no targeting, and that makes it more of a PC game because you're more likely playing it with a mouse and keyboard. Because with a mouse you can much better control what direction you're attacking in. I mean, you can do it with a controller, I'm sure, but like, it kind of feels better with a mouse. One thing I'm noticing with this combat is the heavy lock-on. And it seems like when you're doing abilities or attacking, there's a lot of, you're basically locked in animation, which is fine, but you also get stunned and locked in animation when you get hit, like you just saw when this guy attacked. Right, look at him. Right, he got hit and it's like an animation that you're stuck in. Right, immediately I feel like that's going to get very annoying. When you're fighting multiple enemies at once, like long range, like this guy, and then they all attack you pretty much at the same time, and you get hit with all of them, and then you get stunned and stunned and stunned, and it's like, it's going to be annoying. Now, I'm sure there's a parry or something like we saw earlier, but still, it's, kind of hard to say if it feels good yet. I'm seeing a lot of animation, like being stuck in animation stuff. So it's kind of hard to say if it feels good or not. Obviously, I'm not playing, so it's like, you know. They kept the jump.
Kill them all.
They kept the jump. Very important. Very important. Very good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. See these three? Don't tell me you can only have 3 abilities that you can just activate on the fly at a time. That's what I'm kind of guessing it's going to be. And then you can like hold a button or something to bring up that ability, like wheel or whatever, and then switch in new ones. Okay, okay.
The Venatori own these streets.
Now again, okay, I'm just gonna let it play. I don't think, like, I don't care that much about the combat. I don't. I really don't. Because, like, Dragon Age Origins, then Dragon Age 2, then Dragon Age Inquisition, they all always change up the combat, right? It's kind of like, you just have to get used to the new combat of the new game. When I play Dragon Age games, I don't go into the next Dragon Age game. I never have. I've never gone into a new Dragon Age game with the idea that it's going to be like the previous game. So to me, it's like, as long as the gameplay is fun and plays well, I don't really care. I don't care that it's... I mean, I care a little bit, but I don't care enough if it's, you know... I don't care enough that it's different from the previous game.
Not the worst timing.
Nev, it's so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in the city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time. Then the sky started raining demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Nev Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us find...
God, I hope they don't call us Rook. I really don't like that name. I'm not gonna lie. Rook is like... I feel like I've heard that somewhere. Like, not like, obviously I've heard the word, right? But like, I feel like there's been another... I don't know, like another game or something where you were called Rook or something? I don't know. Rook. Is it because I'm talking about Dragon's Dogma? And the first fucking pawn? Rook, right? Am I wrong? Right? I think that was the name of the first pawn, right? Yeah, I don't like the word. I don't like the name Rook because it's like rookie, you know? I'm really hoping for that theory that maybe they allow us to pick our own name. You know, what people call us, at least from like 3 options or something.
Nev, meet Rook. Both of you have done some work for the Shadow Dragons.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Some old friend said if I was working in Tevinter, the Shadow Dragons...
Wait, what did he say?
Isn't that a coincidence?
Let's find solace. Nev, meet Rook. Both of you have done some work for the Shadow Dragons.
Isn't that a coincidence?
The who?
Some old friend said if I was working in Tevinter, the Shadow Dragons are worth trusting.
The who? I'm guessing the Shadow Dragons because that was his like background, right?
Said you had a lead on Solus?
You get right to the point. I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic, similar to what you get in Elven ruins. I traced it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. Before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble in my city. Let's go.
Okay, seeing Nev up close now in a cutscene, she's just actually kind of attractive, which not too bad, not too bad. Like, it's nothing super special or anything, but you know, it's something at least. Show me different gameplay, please. Shit.
Well, we're not in MrFonrath anymore.
I know these trees.
Also, I didn't even read what
is
the
Arlethan
caption
Forest.
said.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. I've never seen anything like it.
Wait. Let's go back. Okay. So, I'm hoping this is just for the video. Okay? I'm hoping this is just for the video. And that this is not in the actual game. Okay? If this is in the actual game, no. No, we are not doing fucking Genshin Impact, Fade to Black, write out a sentence, what happened, and then we go back into the game. No, we're not doing that, okay? I'm hoping this better be just for the video.
Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved.
I
I
mean,
like it.
I kind of wish they would show other classes, not gonna lie.
The tremors are getting worse.
And we've got demons.
The game definitely looks very stylized, right? The different lighting and stuff, very decently nice, right? And honestly, it's kind of... I'm not gonna lie, the gameplay looks a little jank, okay? It looks too restrictive with its animations. It looks like every time you're doing an ability, you're stuck in animation.
No telling what could come through.
I'm sure there's some, like,
Keep moving and try
I'm sure-
not to think about it.
I'm sure there's some fucking... Okay, this is 100% just the video. I'm sure there's some abilities and combos that you can do where you can switch between enemies and stuff, but I don't know, it feels a little, like, restrictive from what I'm seeing. It's hard to tell when you're not playing it yourself, but, you know. It definitely doesn't look as bad as it did in the reveal trailer, though. Hang on, let me go back here. I want to see what this said. The ability wheel is used to issue commands and direct your companions, locked at this early point in the game. Very kind of ugly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm guessing the middle is, yeah, the middle are your abilities, and then companion and companion, right? Only 3? And are you telling me that I can't just activate them without bringing this, like, this menu up? Like, you can't just press 1 on your keyboard and then it'll activate it? Or are they doing it kind of like where you have, your class has inherent abilities, like, you know, you have the normal attack, you have the heavy attack, you have the parry, you have the, like, jumping attack, you have, you know, this attack and that attack, and then you have the 3 special abilities that you can choose. I mean, that again, it's kind of hard to say without actually playing it myself. I mean, it could be good. I mean, they're definitely going away from the having a million abilities on your hotbar type of game, type of RPG. I mean, is that a good thing or not? Yes, I guess we'll find out when the game comes. Because this is kind of annoying, right? You can tell that obviously this game, this footage is being shot on a fucking controller. Dude, turn the fucking camera down, right? Stop looking into the sky. Like, come on, turn it fucking, aim the camera down a little. It's so annoying. You can't see anything you're doing because you're looking up into the sky. Whoever's playing this is just a fucking amateur. Oh, thank you, finally. Okay. I mean, it's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. This is a boss fight, I mean. Ooh. And again, this is why I think... I mean, okay. Something I've noticed, right? Camera does not follow the locked enemy like a like the Souls-like game. That's why keyboard and mouse is gonna be king here. I personally think that if you're doing a lock-on, you should have camera locking on as well, not just your abilities. Because you can immediately already tell that whoever is playing this with a controller and you know, console, I guess maybe it's on PC, I guess, but with a controller, right, you have to like move the camera manually to keep an eye on what's going on. See? And whoever is playing this obviously is not a hardcore console like controller player. Because you see how slowly they take their time to move the controller? Or move the stick? Because I'm not gonna lie, this... I think it actually would look better. This fight would look better if whoever was playing wouldn't be looking up into the sky with their fucking controller control, I guess. If they would turn the fucking stick down and the camera down a little, we would actually be able to see what's going on much better. But because they play like this, where your own character is blocking the view of the enemy. Like, you know? It's kind of hard to tell what's going on when your camera is fucking faced up into the fucking sky, bro. You know? No one plays like this. Again, we're looking up into your character's asshole. Like, I turned the camera down, It's so...
How did a demon this large get through the veil?
It's a pride demon.
And because of that, it actually looks kind of annoying. I think the combat is actually kind of decent, maybe. Like, again, hard to say without playing it myself, but because they keep looking up into the sky and looking up into the character's asshole, it's kind of hard to... It actually makes the combat look worse.
Probably sent Solus's ego.
God, I really hope, I really hope that at least on keyboard and mouse, you can activate these abilities with just the number 1, 2, and 3. I really hope. Because having to go into that menu and pausing the fight might get kind of annoying. Especially when you're trying to do this action combat type of combat and gameplay. And you see, I mean, maybe this is just for the example gameplay that they've done here, but you see how fast the ability actually recharges? The cooldown isn't that long. So if you would have to go into the fucking like paused ability wheel every single time, that's not good. Hopefully you don't have to go into the ability wheel all the time.
Everyone all right?
Good enough. Let's get to Solus.
Is that him? I think it is.
All right. I'll take it from here.
Are you sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Is he gonna die?
Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Actually, if they killed Varric, that would be really good.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
You can do it.
Come on, Varric. We didn't come all this way just to talk to him.
He was my friend, Rook. I've got to try to reach him. But if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
More demons.
Rook, take care of the team for me.
Yeah, I mean, death flags. Death flags.
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Bald.
Let's buy him some time.
I hope Varric is getting through to Solus.
We better talk fast. We can't
Oh
hold
yeah,
these demons off forever.
I'm definitely gonna say this does not look that great with a controller. Or maybe it's because of the person who's playing the game, but like the slow ass, goddamn looking ass, fucking slow panning of the camera turning. It's so. Ugh. It's like watching an amateur play.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the... People are dying right now. You need to listen. Please.
Bianca!
They are always dying. It is what they do.
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
And what about the demons? Varric needs us to hold them off.
Right, you two stay here. I'll bring down the statue.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Anyone got a better idea?
Okay. Before whatever happens, I'm really, really hoping that they don't do another Inquisition thing where it's like, oh, you're marked by some special power and you are now the only one who can save us. I personally don't want another Chosen One situation, right? I've never been a fan of the Dragonborn savior trope, I guess. where you're the only one who can do it. I much prefer the idea of you are just a warrior who wants to do the right thing and then becomes a hero due to your, from your deeds, not because of some fucking mark that you have on your hand. So,
Fine, but you'll need backup. I'm with you.
I'm a mage. I'll go.
Either way, someone needs to stay
The
back
fuck
and
does that
deal with
mean?
the demons.
Let's go, Hardy. Nev, keep the demons off us.
You got it.
I'm really looking at the motion of the character. Okay, that was a little anticlimactic, but okay.
Why tear down the veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost?
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
The pillar's weak, but
It isn't falling. We need to push it.
I'm with you.
Together, now!
You came a long way and made a valiant effort, Varric, but this story does not end with my downfall.
Push!
Okay. I'm guessing they're gonna cut the scene right when shit is going bad or something. Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, it was pretty good. Pretty good. Some of the things that I would like to talk about are simply the fact that they're definitely going away from the old school RPG, I don't want to say genre, but style of combat. I don't even mind that they're going for the action combat stuff more, because even in Inquisition, when I was playing that, there was a time in one of my playthroughs, in one of my more recent playthroughs, I remember, I was playing, or I wanted to play with this class, like Sword and Shield, right? Because usually, you know, I would go for a mage, or I would go for some sort of class that I knew was kind of fun. But one thing that I hadn't really tried was the Sword and Shield. And I tried that, and at first glance it kind of seemed kind of fun, but then I quickly realized it just wasn't. Because I actually wanted more of the action combat style of gameplay, where I would be able to block and I would be able to taunt. Dude, there was a taunt in Inquisition, but it like didn't work half the time or some shit. And it was like, bro, like this is not playing the way I would think it would play, right? So maybe, you know, different classes, because I definitely think that, I mean, they showed off a fucking rogue class. It's like the most basic type of class ever. It didn't really show any kind of like team cohesion, right? Like, you weren't a mage supporting from long range, you weren't a tank kind of taking aggro from the enemies or anything. You're trying to work as a team. the rogue is always like just kind of a solo class that kind of does its own thing and just fights and deals damage to whoever during combat. And that's why it kind of like, I don't know, I didn't feel any like team cohesion from this gameplay, pretty much ever. It was a bunch of like battle starts, let's go jump and start attacking the opponents, just spamming your abilities and your attacks, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really feel like there was like any kind of, because in Inquisition you at least had some, like it wasn't good. It wasn't good in Inquisition, the team cohesion thing that I'm talking about, like the Trinity, the tank, DPS, and healer. It wasn't perfect, but it still, I feel like did it better than this seems to do. I'm hoping that the other classes will provide a little bit more of that cohesion, where maybe if you play as a tank, like a sword and shield class, you can maybe taunt the enemies and then, do tanky things, I guess, like actually help your team. Maybe if you play as a mage, you can, like, again, they only showed one class here. I mean, I guess they showed magic with Neve, but like, it's kind of hard to, I didn't really even notice. You see, like, we're just kind of seeing the main character here, the player character, attacking with the daggers, and it's the same thing over and over. I want to see the magic. I want to see what Neve is doing, but I can't. Right? A lot of the time. It's kind of like hard to... She's like shooting magic, I guess. You have Harding kind of doing some archery, like jumping archery and stuff. But again, I don't see any magic. Okay. She seems to be able to do some jumps as well. I mean, yeah, I think Mage is definitely gonna be cooler here, especially if you can jump around like Neve is doing here. Yeah, you can like jump back and jump forward and shoot magic and shit. I think Mage definitely gonna be a lot cooler than the Rogue. But yeah, I didn't really feel any like cohesion here. Not to mention, let's be honest, the only melee character in this group was the player character. Like, and he was a rogue. There was no heavy attacks, no heavy attackers. Varric is crossbowman, Harding, bow woman, Neve, mage, and then even the protagonist, the player character is using a bow as well because they're a rogue. Like, yeah, I mean, short swords and daggers, but there was no heavy attacks or anything at all. No tanks, no nothing, right? So it didn't really feel very good when it came to the team, like, synergy and cohesion. But again, we can't really tell everything about the combat from just 20 minutes of gameplay. The boss fight, I would say, the boss fight here looked pretty decent, except for the fact that whoever was playing this game just kept looking up at the player's asshole, and God, I wish someone else played the game. Not gonna lie. But I mean, kinda decent, I guess. What am I gonna say about this? I'm gonna say that I am excited. I definitely want to play this game, but it almost feels like... It almost feels like I don't know who this is for, or supposed to be for. I don't exactly... Like, I get this feeling like it's gonna be fun when you play it, but I feel like a lot of the gameplay options or mechanics are almost lacking. Like, I mean, we saw that you can parry, I think. We saw the rogue parry something. Some sort of magic ball earlier. I'm pretty sure we saw that. So you have parrying. And then you have a bunch of like dodging abilities as well. And from those things, I'm like looking at it and I'm like, okay, so they're kind of going for the more like Souls type, like you know, we're fighting big monsters and trying to avoid their attacks and parrying and stuff like that. Okay, fine. But then the camera isn't following when you're locking on, right? And all of a sudden, why not? Here it's more of an ability lock on rather than camera lock on. But again, like, imagine you played Dark Souls or Elden Ring, and instead of your camera locking on when you lock on, it's just that your character locks on. You still have to move your camera to look at the enemy, right? That's like one extra step that is unnecessary, right? And people would hate that shit. So all of a sudden, right, even though you're almost pushing towards the Souls-like type of gameplay and combat, it's almost like you're not going all the way. Like, you still want to hold back for some reason. Now, I understand being different, but, you know, there's a reason why Souls-like games are so good. Why Dark Souls and Elden Ring are so good. And honestly, the camera lock-on is very important. Especially when it's a fast-paced action combat. You need to have camera lock-on. Even, in my opinion, even when you're playing with keyboard and mouse. Especially when you're fighting against a boss or something like this, and you're constantly moving around. Like, I'm gonna be playing with keyboard and mouse, so it's like probably not gonna be a big deal for me. But I think, like, again, I played keyboard and mouse when I played Dark Souls and Elden Ring as well, and I think the camera lock-on is very important. I mean, beyond that, I think there just aren't a lot of abilities, and, you know, I mean, they're definitely going for a more controller esque game, more console game, I guess. I mean, it's fine. That's all I can say, really. It's fine. They're definitely, as I said, again, I keep saying this, but like, they've kind of gone away from the RPG elements, which is just sad. It's just sad. But thankfully, I will say this, thankfully, it doesn't look as bad in the game. Like, the art style, I mean. It actually, yeah, it doesn't look that bad. It looked way worse in the trailer. I don't know why, but it doesn't look that bad in the game. Final thoughts, I'm still excited. Especially, I definitely actually think that this gameplay alleviated some of my concerns when it came to the reveal trailer. It at least put me back to neutral. You know, previously I was a little bit like, I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of like, not feeling so great about this now. But now we've gone back to neutral, right? The thing I was worried about after the reveal trailer was that the tone of the game was going to be kind of jokey and like lighthearted. But immediately, you know, they've gone and shown us that there's some dark shit going on still. You know, shit is still, you know, the city is burning, people are probably dying, you know, it's still kind of dark, right? I mean, it's still pretty bad. Shit is going bad, right? So thankfully, you know, they kind of alleviated some of those tone concerns. And I was a little worried that they couldn't pull off like darker tones with the new art style. But it seems, I mean, it's not bad. It's really not bad. And you know, even in the very beginning here, I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, right? So they can do kind of a, you know, darker settings with this new art style. And that was one of my main concerns, which now have been alleviated, and now we're back to neutral. Now, basically, I'm just hoping for, I'm hoping for a good story. I'm hoping that the characters are going to be good, likable, and that's about it. Also, yeah, how could I forget? I'm also hoping for long hairstyles, okay? Long hairstyles, okay? BioWare, if you're listening, and everybody else who is watching this, if you've gotten this far, okay? If you've gotten this far, okay? Long fucking hairstyles for the player character. Please, long hairstyles if you've played Inquisition, and I'm sorry if you haven't noticed this, okay? I'm gonna ruin Inquisition for you, okay? I'm literally, you will never unhear this, okay? There is no long hairstyles in Inquisition, okay? Not a single one. No NPC in that game has long hair. At all. None. Not a single one. Now if you go back to Inquisition, you will never unsee this. Okay? For fuck's sake, put long hair into the game. Oh yeah, and I don't really like the name Rook. I really hope this is not the thing that people call us. It probably is going to be, but I don't really like that word. I don't mind it in chess, but like, Jesus Christ, bro. In any case, I think it's kind of hard to tell exactly how well the game plays without being able to, you know, get hands-on time with it. As long as the gameplay is fun and feels good, that's all I really care about. Now I'm just hoping for a good story and good characters. I suppose I am a little bit disappointed that they only showed one class. I would have liked to have seen some heavy weapon classes. Heavy weapons definitely in Inquisition, for instance, felt kind of shit, not gonna lie. It is what it is. I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna